Bonjour, bonjour! Welcome to the Grindhouse, everybody, and today we're dusting off a little bit of French because today we're going to be talking about a little French film from 2007. Today in the Grindhouse, we're going to be talking about Inside. Now, if you're not familiar with Inside, let me break down the plot for you. 4 months after a terrible car crash, which kills Sarah's husband, Sarah, who was already pregnant at the time, is now about ready to give birth to her child, even though she's still grieving her husband's death. And the day before she is set to give birth, the night before actually, she is actually attacked by an unknown woman who has trapped Sarah in her house with the intent of taking her unborn child. Now, if you're thinking, Groovy, that sounds like a pretty run-of-the-mill plot. Why are we talking about this? What sets Inside apart from other films with a kind of similar plot of this woman is trying to steal this other woman's baby is the fact that this movie just has balls to the wall amounts of violence in it, right? It is just insane. The acting in this movie is on par as well. Alison Paradis does a fantastic job as Sarah, and Beatrice Dalle, not quite sure how the French names are pronounced, does a fantastic job as La Femme, just the woman. She's almost like a kind of Jollo villain who just kind of pops up and just starts fucking wrecking house. But one of the beautiful things about this movie, it's not just the violence, but it's willing to break taboos for the sake of just doing something that's just batshit crazy. Some of the 3 taboos that you don't do in a horror movie: you don't hurt the pet, you don't hurt the kid, and you don't hurt the pregnant lady, right? This movie probably does all 3 of those things. It's just that crazy. Like right off of the bat, from the initial contact, the initial attack, it is just intense as shit. None of this, oh, push you away and roll out of the bed crap. I'm talking, I already cut you once and then I cut you across your fucking face kind of attack. Like, that's how this movie kicks off. That's the initial contact between the hero, really, and the villain. That's the initial confrontation. It just goes right for it. And if you think that this movie isn't afraid to put its main character through the ringer, let me tell you something, man. You don't know too much about the French extremism subgenre. Because they're all about that shit and baguettes. But I digress. While this would have been a kind of run-of-the-mill plot, the production and the commitment to just a balls-out insane level of violence and on-screen carnage is nothing short but commendable, and you can easily see why this, which is I think the directing duo's first outing, really kicked off a hopefully fruitful career, man. I really enjoyed this movie. Like, when I say a movie has a lot of gore in it and is just mean-spirited, let me just tell you, whew, this movie really takes the cake. I'm not kidding around, man. This movie is one of the more violent and bloody movies I think I've really seen. It's just crazy, and almost to the point where it's darkly comic. And I don't know whether that was intentional on the part of the directors and the actors and the filmmakers here, but I have to say, there are just some points where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this asshole is still alive. I can't believe I just saw this happen to this person on screen. There is just so much crazy shit that happens in this movie, man. It's not your typical run-of-the-mill slasher and scratch on the face, cut on the arm crap. No. That's the kind of garbage that they made with the American remake, which is a completely different video, which we may or may not get around to at some point. This movie is balls to the wall out there. If you're a fan of just blood and guts, if you did enjoy the works of Alexandre Aja, if you liked the Hills Have Eyes remake, if you liked High Tension, if you liked Piranha 3D, I would say definitely check out Inside. I thought it was great. I would definitely call it a mean-spirited roller coaster ride through the day of an expecting mother through the lens of French extremism. I give this movie 2 thumbs up. If you like splatter, you like blood, I would say definitely check this out. Don't let the subtitles scare you away. I know you guys have probably heard people talk about this movie before, but if you haven't, I would say go check it out. Trust Groovy, I won't lead you astray. And I have to say, guys, I wish I could show the shit that happens in this movie. Who knows, man? Maybe if I ever get a sponsorship deal, we'll just say fuck it and just risk the whole channel and just do an in-depth splatter countdown for this movie because it just deserves it. But until next time, let me know in the comments section if you guys have seen this movie or if you check it out. I want to know what your thoughts were. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, stay safe, stay classy, but no matter what you do, make sure that you stay groovy, people. We outie. Bye-bye.